Hey athletes, Coach Kevin here. Elite Athlete Power Band kits are designed by coaches and trainers to give you the opportunity to get the best exercises to achieve those results that you're looking for. I'm going to show you how to attach your accessories and set up the equipment for those exercises. Things like attaching handles, door anchors, and a variety of other accessories that help make our kits the best on the market. You're going to learn how to set this stuff up at home, at parks, when you're traveling. With these kits, you can basically work out anytime, anywhere. One of the most important accessories are the handles. Using bands, you want a nice comfortable handle so that you don't get a lot of rubbing and chafing over time. Plus, it allows you to have a certain grip that can also help with that performance of whatever sport you're training for. You may want to leave this video on your phone or your tablet for quick reference the first few times you're working out using this equipment. So that way you master it quickly and then you have those easy, quick transitions from one exercise to the next. To teach you how to add this variety of exercises into your strength and conditioning program, I'm going to show you footage from a free clinic that we provided one of our elite athlete sponsored swim teams. You'll notice this clinic is done in the summertime, which is a great time to start additional strength training because the students aren't in school and they have a little more free time, as well as there's lots of outdoor opportunities for teams in the northern climates that don't normally have access to in the winter. Using the elite athlete accessories, we're able to use a space that otherwise wouldn't have been used for anything. So it was at no cost for the team to add this type of program into their strength training. And as we all know, finding space to train your athletes can be a challenge at times. To attach the handles, slide the power band a few inches through the metal ring. Then put the handle through the loop. From here, slide the band to the bottom of the metal ring and then give it a couple tugs to make sure that it is secure. Notice, elite athlete heavyweight handles have large steel rings that can attach heavyweight bands to it. To remove the handle, pull the band loose and bring the handle back through the loop. It's easy once you practice it a few times. Here I'm going to demonstrate how to attach the power bands to the door anchor. You slide a loop through the hole, pull it out a few inches, and then take the ball on the door anchor and put it through that loop. Then you're going to pull that loop down, adjust it, and then pull the slack so that way it's nice and secure in place. And notice you can attach two bands to the same anchor. That's useful for a lot of exercises. Now I'm going to put it behind the door and I'm going to close it and then make sure it latches shut. You always want to give it a little tug to make sure it's in place and that nothing's going to come loose. Now let's remove it from the door and then take the power bands off. You can simply slide the band off by pulling it loose and then just sliding the band through itself. Or you can do it the opposite way you attached it by pulling it loose so you have a few inches for a loop and then the ball goes through the loop and then the band comes right out. So again, it goes in just a few inches and then the other side goes inside that loop and then you pull it tight. For the handle, it's pretty similar. You're going to bring your band through the loop on the handle, but then you're going to take the handle and put it inside that loop. And then you'll bring it down, flip it onto the ring, and pull it tight. A great accessory to develop hip strength is an ankle strap. Pull the power band a couple inches through the metal ring and place the strap through the loop. Once again, slide the band to the bottom of the metal ring and pull it tight. Then you pull the end of the strap through the ring and Velcro it around your ankle. It shouldn't be so tight that you can't easily turn the strap to adjust the angle. Now you can perform exercises to develop power and stability in your hips. This will improve the performance of almost all athletes. Bring it around the metal pole, like the nylon part, not the metal part. And then the metal goes in the black strap and then pulls tight. Once you get your ring on there, then you're going to attach a yellow band to it. And then if you've got like a really wide beam like this, I actually just took 2 of the straps. I attached one to the end of the other, and then it can go around something that's a little bit bigger. All right, so now you're gonna take your ankle strap and attach it to the end of the yellow band. Yeah, you're like right there. So then just so you take the strap and it goes inside the yellow loop like that. And then you pull it down. And so if you have the strap in front of the shin that you're balancing on and your leg is slightly forward, that's gonna help a lot with how you turn your leg out for breaststroke. And then if you go the other way and have it slightly back, that's gonna help a lot more with your starts and pushes off the walls, keeping everything stable and strong. Because it's a loop, it can easily go in your hand, it can go around your foot, it can attach to other secure objects. Instead of just having a clip where then you're very limited on the different types of exercises you can do. There are a lot of variations for the hip stability exercise, so choose the ones that fit with your training program and give your athletes the highest level of success. Dead bugs and bird dogs are both great for developing that cross-body stability and complement each other, working both the front and the back of your core. Notice how the bird dogs are going to use a yellow band crossing from opposite hand to foot, just further developing that strength for that core stability. You're going to go opposite foot and hand like this, and notice I'm using my thumb to hold on to it. And then from here, I'm going to go down onto all fours, and you need to keep your foot pointed down. If you point your foot, the band will slip off pretty easily. And then you're going to reach your hand forward and push your opposite heel back. Hold it for a second, and then come back down. And you're going to do that 10 times, and then you'll switch sides. Superset number 2 is going to use the same bands that were used from the previous video in superset number 1. But as you'll see, the bands just get moved on the fence to be in a different location to allow for different exercises. Now we're going to set up for our next set, and we're going to keep everything attached to the anchor. You're just going to pull the strap loose and then bring it through the strap and undo it. Now this is where we're going to have to squeeze in a little more because I got this in the way, but you're then going to set it up at about shoulder height. So you put it through 2 of the metal links on the fence, and then you put it back inside the black strap and you pull it through. And then pull it tight. The front squats are one of my favorite leg exercises because it teaches them that good technique, keeping their bodies upright and keeping that weight back on their heels as they go down. So this is one of my favorite leg exercises with the bands. You're going to stand inside of them like this, and you only need one. Notice how my feet are shoulder width. And I'm going to squat down, and just wait a second first before you do it. I'm going to lift it up onto the fronts of my shoulders. And then from this position, I stand up. So notice how it's balancing there. I always keep my hand just in case if it slides off, but you want to try to get it balanced so it'll just stay there on the fronts of your shoulders.
Notice how he keeps his arms up. That helps keep the band. If he drops his arms down,
yep. If I do this, right? And that's why you should keep your hands on it the entire time, just in case. So then if your posture leans forward or if your elbows drop, your hands are holding onto it.
Good training for when you guys go off to college and start doing weights and do front squats. And on the front squat, you're gonna hold that bar just like that.
A couple unique things with the Elite Athlete products are the handles and the anchor straps. So you can see this handle, I can rotate it and hold it at different angles. And that's going to be very important at hitting different parts of the muscles. And then it's got this heavy duty steel ring that you can attach your straps to. And this way you can have heavyweight loop bands attached to your handles, and they work perfectly fine. Additionally, these anchor straps, you can daisy chain them together and make them as long as you want to be able to wrap around just about anything. So 2 of them is good for like a 4x4 or most like posts and beams. So I'm going to show you down here. I just put it around, I put the ring through, and now I've got an anchor point right there on the bench. We also have an extra long anchor strap to lengthen the distance from an anchor point or to wrap around larger objects. One strap can wrap around smaller trees, or you can daisy chain 2 of them together for larger trees. Now I'm going to show you several different ways you can use your feet as anchors to position those bands for a whole variety of exercises. We're going to take a closer look. A great way to anchor power bands for arm raises and vertical press is to loop the bands around your feet. You can simply stand on the loop to have the least amount of resistance for the band you are using, or increase the resistance by simply wrapping the band around your foot to make a second loop. It is good to perform most exercises with both arms or legs at the same time. This is why Elite Athlete sells kits with pairs of bands. Now I'm going to loop the second band around my other foot the same way, keeping the resistance balanced for both arms. So me having a swimming background, I've got pretty strong shoulders. So I'm going to use the pink bands and even add 1 extra loop to it, increasing that resistance. Most people start with the yellow bands and work their way up. For a lateral raise, I cross it over in the front, lean slightly forward, thumbs forward, and bring it up to that T shape. An even easier way to anchor power bands with your feet is to stand on both sides of the band, right in the middle of it. This is great for oblique crunches. Watch how I use one leg at a time to create resistance for that side crunch motion. This is a great exercise to develop strong obliques without having to buy an expensive hyperextension machine. Next, I will show you how to stand on the bands for calf raises. You will place the bands under the balls of your feet where your toes connect to the foot. Do the same with both feet, then hold on to both sides of each band with the same side arm. Now you can raise and lower your heels to get a good calf workout. This works even better standing on the edge of some steps or a ledge, but I recommend practicing this on a flat surface first so you get good at balancing while doing it before adding that extra range of motion from a stair or a ledge. Here are a couple more ways to use your feet as anchors for your power bands. Standing on both bands with both feet is great for a variety of exercises like seated rows and deadlifts. Standing on the inside of the loop with both feet is also great for a variety of exercises. It is especially useful for doing power band front squats. Now let's look at a couple of examples of how these methods of anchoring work. Standing on both sides of the band with both feet allows you to perform deadlifts just like as if you had an Olympic weightlifting bar and bumper plates, but without having to spend over $1,000 for all that equipment. Plus it's portable and you can take it anywhere. Standing in the loop with both feet and placing the band across the front of your shoulders allows you to perform the front squats. This reinforces good back posture and is great for training a lot of athletic movements. I really like the Elite Athlete kits. They give you all the different bands and accessories that you need to do all those exercises. There's a lot of bands out there that are good for certain exercises, but they're just not versatile enough to use them for all the exercises. And then you need to get different equipment to do different things. Whereby having a small kit that you can easily travel with you makes it easy to just go out to a baseball field, go out to a park somewhere, or maybe just inside your house or at a hotel, and just get through all your normal exercises, keeping your training up. Now that you know how to set up your equipment, it's time to learn those exercises that are going to give you those results to improve your sport performance. As always, subscribe and keep getting all those new videos so that way you can
be strong and be elite.